I see you've made it back. In this video, we're going to talk about black elderberry, the classic used for colds and flus, both to prevent it and at the first stages of treatment. It's been used for centuries, if not millennia, as a medicinal property. We can use its flowers as a nice effervescent drink. It kind of naturally ferments itself. The berries, the barks, the leaves, and even the roots. But the roots are toxic and the leaves are toxic. So you really have to pay attention closely how they're being used. The constituents that we're most interested in is the flavonoids, the triterpenes, the volatile oils, the sterols, the tannins, and it also has some vitamin A, vitamin C, iron, and other minerals in it. You probably well know of elderberry syrup or elderberry gummies or elderberry in many different ways. This is an easy remedy to give to children for preventing colds and flus. So it's a good immune prophylactic in that sense, but at the same time it's very good at the first stages of it. It has an anti-inflammatory agent, it's diaphoretic, it's laxative, it's diuretic, alternative, blood cleanser, demulcent, anti-rheumatic, antispasmodic, anticatarrhal, and calming emetic. So as one of our additional herbs to this, it could also be put in the immune section. We wanted to really address some of the things it can be used for. It's recommended with doses of 2 to 4 tablespoons as an infusion or as a tincture 3 times daily. It may seem to have kind of mild effects, but its compliance level is very high because of its taste, but it has no adverse side effects. The next herb I'd like to add into our additional herbs is thyme. Thyme, well, it's been used from time immemorial also, and it's a very strong medicinal herb. It comes from the Mediterranean area and was often added to various food stocks and things like that for its somewhat antimicrobial action. Again, we're talking about a place that had no refrigeration for hundreds of years. It's a multiple purpose herb that can be used as a seasoning for food, but it also treats respiratory illnesses and digestive things. We use it quite a bit around our house for cooking it. We have quite a growth of it, which we call our thyme machine, because we have several different species of thyme growing in one area. It's an immune function that we think is very apropos for the times we're in these days. Again, its essential oils in the leaves are one of the most active ingredients, which has both thymol and carbachol as compounds in it, which is antimicrobial, antifungal, and antiviral. So again, it's really good for making sure that food hasn't gone bad. We use it quite a bit in cooking on many different types of meat. It's really specific for beef and lamb, but it's mixed into almost any soups or any sauces we make, so we use it liberally in our diet around our house. Again, it's immune prophylactic, but it also has a diaphoretic action, and it helps induce a mild sweating and lowers the body temperature, so it's somewhat of a refrigerant at the same time. It's a perfect addition to any kind of cold flu remedy that you're wanting to look. These tiny little plants are a culinary wonder, can be used in all kinds of cooking things, from soups to stew to fish to poultry. Consumption of thyme tea should be moderate because it can cause gastrointestinal upsets if you drink too much of it. Thyme oil should not be consumed internally. Well, that brings us around to the end of Lesson 4, Elimination of Skin and Diaphoretics. In this lesson, we learned some things about the skin. We also learned a little bit more about elimination and diaphoretics. And we looked at some useful herbs for elimination and diaphoretics, along with formulas and dosage. Well, that'll conclude this lesson. Our next lesson, we're going to be looking at the opposite end of the diaphoretics, the diuretics, the actual kidneys, instead of looking at the mini kidneys on the surface of our skin. Until then, I'll say goodbye.